What's good, beautiful people? Welcome back to this YouTube channel. This is OSN Olele Salvador Network. My name, of course, is Emmanuel Kwame Sapon. But you can call me Olele Salvador. That's the same handle. You can find me on all social media platforms. We're back again with an exciting episode of the In Case You Missed the Show, where we take a look at the hottest trends and see what people are saying or have been talking about. And hopefully, if we do have some exclusives, we get to share right here on the show. But don't forget to please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the videos that tickle your fancy, share the links of your favorite videos, and of course, let's grow the community one subscriber at a time. In case you missed it, over the weekend there was a show known as the Xmas High Life Show, which had the likes of the legendary Oforian Ponsa, you had the likes of Fameye, Kelvin Boy, Kweku Flick, and a few others, gracing the occasion. And Fameye happened to be one of the headliners for the show. Now, unfortunately for Fameye, he had to storm out, or shall I say, walk off the stage because there seems to be, or there seemed to have been a challenge between himself and the DJ during his set.
What's the program they go on? They try to do what's the program they go on? This I was saying that because I'm to me one when I'm so mono. This guy has asked 3 times. Yeah, acceptable. No, you see, people are taking it. If you give me rental, I'll give you it is very disturbing and disheartening. I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken. You know how I won't perform for this, so I'm with 10 people.
What do we know about this familiar story? We've seen a lot of people talk about, why he didn't have to do that and why, it is important that he had to carry his DJ along. There were even allegations of artists not carrying their team members or carrying their DJs along. They only find them fit for local shows and not for international shows. A whole lot of allegations, a whole lot of claims that were going around. But of course, here at OSN, we decided to speak to a few people, get the gist from people who were on the ground to actually explain to us what really happened. And so we do have that in the person of Caleb Neboy, who is currently a resident in the UK and London to be precise, who was there with Zion Felix when this happened. And he shares an account of what really happened before Fameye decided to walk off stage. Now in the video, you do hear Fameye say, things along the lines of, he rehearsed with the DJ 3 times and, they didn't want to pay his DJ, just to really posit and suggest that, first of all, his DJ wasn't allowed to fly with him. Second of all, he rehearsed with the DJ or the resident DJ 3 times, and the DJ is obviously not doing what exactly, they rehearsed for. And there's also the aspect where he bemoaned, or shall I say, he lamented heavily about the fact that he really wanted to play the show, and even if it was just 10 people, he would have played it regardless. But he doesn't know what's happening on the stage and so on and so forth. So we've been able to get both sides of the story. We've been able to get both sides of the story. So let me take you to Caleb Neboy, where he shares the incident into detail, what really happened before Fameye, took that what one would argue as an unprofessional decision. Well, I don't think we have enough to say or to state if indeed it was an unprofessional reaction. The show must still go on as professionals say, but I'm sure we'll get to that later when we read some of your comments. So this is from Caleb Neboy. He was obviously the resident, shall I say, resident journalist at the event. And he says, during Famiye's set, after doing 58 seconds of his first song, Mate, he stopped and asked the DJ to lower the sound so he could hear himself and the fans. The DJ did and brought the song back, where he performed it to the end and said he isn't feeling the energy. That is, Fameye isn't feeling the energy. So he playfully told the DJ to do the work proper, else problem go come. Now, in the second song, which is obviously the song that he performed, Famia performed on stage, the song would be Thank You. Midway through the song, he decides to do Florence Obinim's Osuruni Mifie. After doing the hook, the DJ increases the volume of his Thank You song um, whilst he was playing. Now, mind you, Famia had already told the DJ to lower the song so he could engage with the audience. Midway through the song, or midway through the performance of the Thank You record, still asking the DJ to lower it. He wanted to sing on top of the song, Florence Obinim's or Shoni Mifie. And after doing the hook, the DJ decided to increase it. Okay. Um, and according to Caleb, it got Familia worried. So Familia, whilst on stage, openly protested. And he said, I quote, "You people no pay for DJ. I don't want disturb for stage." So that's the first cue about the situation concerning the absence of his local DJ. Then Familia comes back to the fans to continue performance, but quickly told the fans they deserve better because they have paid money to see him. So he moved to his third song, which was Amarado's Quick One Answer, which obviously Familia is a part of. And according to Caleb, he had a full performance of this record. But just before he ended, he asked the DJ to play Nothing I Get, which is a song that we know was produced and put together by Fameye. The DJ would then play the remix version, but Fameye will perform the song regardless to a point where he asked the DJ to lower the volume again so he sings with the fans. Now, just as Fameye turns to do that with the fans, Kokuwa Nancy drops again. Now, from the point of view of Caleb and the rest of the audience, according to this post, they could all see that Familia was frustrated. So he asked why the DJ was playing the song and addressed the fans on the organizers refusing to pay his DJ. So, due to that technical hitch, or shall I say technical mishap, he took the opportunity to address the fans and reveal to the fans that the organizers failed to have paid for his DJ. Okay, so he spoke on a turnout of the show, which is what was also captured in the video. He also spoke on rehearsing on 3 occasions for the performance, and Familia had to then move to the DJ again. And this time, um, Caleb says he could see the DJ was not also happy, so there was a little banter. Now, after 23 seconds, the DJ will now play the acoustics version of Long Life, right? A song he has with um, Kwesi Asa. And he says, note that that wasn't the song that Familia requested for. He asked for Nothing I Get. So Familia paused for a few seconds and performed the song briefly. Then he openly said, "Mira hopa." That means I am very sad. He then had to man up and perform, which obviously wasn't the familiar we all know. So he ended his set and got off stage. Now, Caleb says in all of this, he personally decided to move to Familia to urge him to continue the performance and ignore the little distractions. But and I quote, one could easily say that what he prepared for the night had been distorted, so he wasn't feeling his spiritual self. And then he goes on to say he was with Zion Felix and da 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 da. So this is the part of Fameye. This is the side of Fameye, the background, according to Caleb, who was an eyewitness to the incident. But there is also another aspect. Obviously, when you are dealing with situations like this, you need to have both stories so that it's balanced in your reportage. Caleb took the opportunity to also speak to a rep, i.e., a production manager of the Xmas High Life concert in London, and he asked a few questions. So this is what he also got to find out from the other side. According to the rep, as I read, he says Famia delayed in presenting details of his DJ, and as of the time he did it, it was too late to get a COS. I'm not too sure what the COS means, but I believe it has something to do with a work permit uh, for talents that are coming into the United Kingdom. And so he says it was too late to get a COS for the DJ, and should they have forced it through, the COS would have been delayed or denied. So Famia presented another DJ to the organizers to get a normal visit visa, which would have been issued within 14 days. But the said DJ's bank statement didn't meet the requirements. A suggestion came for an arranged one to be made, but the organizer said he asked them if they knew of the consequences of such dealings, which could lead to 10-year ban as part of the consequences. So the DJ said to stay home. So those of you who don't understand this part of the statement, ideally, when you are traveling into an area or a place like the UK or London, one of the things, I mean, just like any other visa application, one of the most important documents you need is your bank statement. According to this, the DJ that they found as a replacement to Family's DJ, who obviously they couldn't work out for, he had some issues with the bank statement, but the bank statement wasn't strong enough to have um, carried the process through. And there was a suggestion to have used someone else's bank statement. Now, this thing has been the elephant in the room regarding some of the um, visits or some of the travels that we see our artists and our artist managers and their team engaging in. They forge documents, they do all sort of things, just to get it. But unfortunately, most of them end up paying consequences. And one of the consequences is what you saw there, that it may take you, you may receive, or it may lead to a 10-year ban, and you might not want to um, do that, right? So according to the rep, Fameye suggested another DJ in Belgium and wanted them to foot his travel bills, accommodation, and workmanship, which was at a cost of 400 euros. Now, they suggested a UK-based DJ to the artist for consideration, of which Fameye allegedly agreed. Now, according to Caleb's sources, the same DJ they recommended to Fameye was the same DJ that actually played for King Paluta at the same venue. So Fameye and the DJ developed, some level of relationship. They picked up real quickly from strangers to friends. They even did a few rounds in town, and they prepared for the show where the artist himself approved of him to do his set for the show. In fact, the DJ, we are told, is the same person who drove Fameye to Hot Digital Radio for an interview with Caleb himself before going for sound check later Friday evening. Now, according to the DJ, after the radio interview on Friday, he drove Fameye to the venue for sound check, but he didn't get out of the car because he was tired. So the supposed rehearsal happened in the car. The artist, which is in this case Fameye, selected 7 songs for the DJ, which he was able to get them before driving Fameye back to his base to sleep. The morning of the show, Fameye made his DJ, obviously the one in the UK, send him different category of songs for the show. Now, the UK-based DJ reached out to Fameye for a discussion where the artist asked him to ignore the previously agreed list for a new one that was coming from Ghana. All right. And that DJ would be DJ Stamp. Now, later in the day, they both went to the venue for a quick rehearsal, which was smooth. All right. He drove Fameye back to his apartment where he did a video endorsement for him. According to the DJ based in the UK, the plan for the set was after Fameye performs his verse on the Amarado Kukwanase record, the song will be brought back, but this time without vocals for him to freestyle on it. And then he will go ahead to perform Nothing I Get. But during the show, Fameye missed out on that plan and he felt he wasn't himself on stage, and he kept asking him about the crowd reaction. Now, the DJ opines that he didn't have control to the volume output that Fameye complained about, as that was the role of the technicians. So Caleb asked the DJ what was the role of Famiye's rep who was standing next to him, and according to him, the gentleman confused him at a point because there were times the artist requested for a song, but he tells him that the artist had given him a sign with his eye, so he should play a different thing. So Caleb goes ahead to attach screenshots of the playlist that was sent from Ghana, which would be the screenshot with the title DJ Guide Fameye. That was a playlist that came from Ghana. And then you have another screenshot where you see Famiye's keys that was put together by the DJ in the UK after their conversations and their meetings. All right. And so that is how this whole thing panned out from both camps. Caleb also reassures us that the show was smooth, the sound was good, the live band was good, apart from the backing vocalist who didn't help the artist. But the DJ set was definitely smooth with Coco Flake, Kelvin Boy, who even had to do live at some point. So this is what really happened in the UK. And I can authorize this revelation, I can authorize this eyewitness report because Caleb is based in the UK and he's been to almost all of the Ghanaian shows that are being held, in the UK ever since he relocated to the UK. So there you have it. So it has nothing to do with Fameye not carrying his DJ along. Clearly, there was a conversation surrounding that, but according to eyewitness report, the timing wasn't favorable, and secondly, it just has to do with miscommunication on stage. If we have rehearsed a set and we go on the stage and you are doing something different, you're doing something else, and I am not getting the signal, your rep is confusing me, there is higher possibility that this was going to happen. All right. And so based on this, I don't know what you guys make of it. Do you think he should have just, carried himself along well, stuck to the plan, give the guys a good show, and then sort out some of these things on the aftermath? I don't know. But of course, you guys have been talking, and I want to be able to pull out some of the things you guys are saying. But there's also a conversation that we need to have. Maybe we'll have this conversation later. And that conversation is about the visa racketeering that is heavily involved in our creative arts when it comes to playing shows abroad. What do I mean? Organizers use these shows as an opportunity to sell visas. Shall I continue? I'll leave it for another show. I'll leave it for another episode. We need to have this uncomfortable conversation, but I'll leave it for another episode. All right. I'll leave it for another episode. So let's see what you guys have been saying. Iceman says, "We for near Kumabone." What? Nah, yeah, y'all need to chill. Y'all need to chill. Lee Professor says he's becoming too emotional these days. Okay. My top Findy says Fameye showed professionalism. The indiscipline with most Ghanaians are too much. People must be told the truth in public for them and others of their kind to learn. Machiavelli says clear definition of I can do DJ. Mr. Frippon says, by DJ no, so what's up? Delight says, waiting man, do man. Efo Novice says, Familia, you haven't arrived though. Yes, the DJ is not playing and you are growing impatient. As the professional that you claim to be, that's the time to rather engage with your fans while DJ source himself. Even if it has to be the entire performance slot, you can now vent afterwards. Castle says, the best thing he could do is have patience. The DJ is human and errors can happen. If he doesn't understand, next time he should take his music box to the show. I'm not too sure about the last word. Lastly, Kojo Blacko says, I just read comments under this post and I'm shocked how people are rather blaming Fameye. Hey, it's so obvious as a DJ. He doesn't know what he's doing. Artists fly from Ghana, come London town to play a show, even if he didn't rehearse with you before performance. I'm not too sure what that is. Mafia says, gone were the days when DJs knew their role during a stage performance with an artist, but nowadays DJs want to be the center of attraction and get all the attention for themselves. Meanwhile, artists in the play song guy, get career, and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. But now, at least you've heard both sides. So those of you who were bashing Fameye or bashing the DJ or bashing both of them at the same time, hopefully it gives you an opportunity to reflect, look at the situation again, and see where the challenge is. And hopefully we don't get to repeat some of these mistakes, whether it's a DJ or the artist. We all need to keep it professional. If you rehearse with your DJ, you rehearse with your DJ before the show, you stick to, unless of course it's, you see, and that's the thing. You have rehearsed with a DJ you haven't worked with before. There is a set list. You need to go through the set list. If indeed, per Caleb's eyewitness account, there are changes on stage and the DJ is struggling, you can buy some grace for the DJ because he's now probably sensitizing his telepathy skills to see where you are going. Unlike your resident DJ or unlike your local DJ or your personal DJ seems where they seem to have an idea of what you are doing. You're not going to get it smooth like that. But anyways, that's just by the way. These things make us better artists, they make us better creatives, and I'm sure in the future these mistakes will not be repeated again. At the end of the day, the show must still go on. My name, of course, is Emmanuel Kwame Sab. I hope you're enjoying this one. Don't forget that you can find me at Olele Salvador on all social media platforms. And don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with another exciting episode of the Case You Missed Show. See ya.